And then the crazy thing is that my entire work history is proof that I cannot work. Like, I've been trying for a decade. I cannot do it. Like, I literally change jobs every 3 to 6 to 9 months. Why? Because I get overworked and underpaid and overwhelmed.
Newsflash. Somebody tell this woman that 95% of the working population feels overworked, underpaid, and overwhelmed. That's just a part of having a job in 2023. We can't start making lazy a disorder, people. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Please hit that like, subscribe button. If you find it in your heart, become a member to the channel. It's only $1.99 a month. Turn on post notifications. That's important. But now that all that's out the way, let's get into this doozy that I found. And this is pretty much typical of a lot of Americans' mind state right now. Let's waste no more time. Let's get right into it.
Hi. So I just got my second disability denial. You said you were unable to work as of 7/31/2021. 2021.
So that means you've been sitting around on your behind for 2 whole years trying to get disability. But let's see what's going on. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's see what's going on with her.
That's when I put this application in. 2021. Because of major depressive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain from injuries, and generalized anxiety disorder, which is the only thing I have proof of. However,
and besides that point, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just being real with this statement. Everything that she listed down there was a serious, you know what I mean, a serious thing to have. But none of it is provable. So right now, those disorders that she listed,
because of major depressive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain from injuries, and generalized anxiety,
they're being abused to death. And a lot of people that actually have those disorders, they can't get the treatment they deserve because so many people abusing these disorders because they can't be proved. That's why she doesn't have any proof of them. And that's why she's in a predicament that she's in. She only has proof of one. And I wonder how they proved that.
Based on evidence in file, we have determined that you can adjust to other work. Well, yes, I can. And that adjustment makes it physically, literally impossible for me to make enough money to fucking survive. I just need help. I'm not, like, that's the crazy thing, is that I'm not even asking to stop working. I just need help so that I can live. And you knew this was going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen, right? And I know what you're going to say. Oh, just try again. But like, literally for what? They only accept information from the last year of your life. And if I go to the hospital right now, I'll fucking lose everything. And I'll lose everything in upstate South Carolina. It's really not. It's not ideal. And then the crazy thing is that my entire work history is proof that I cannot work.
Okay, now we're gonna get into something. What does your work history say about your work? Now, right here, we're gonna be able to decide, people. We're gonna be able to decide right here. This is the point where we're gonna be able to decide, is she full of it? Or does she really have a problem in which she needs some help, and we should be sympathetic to her problems, and sympathetic to the situation that she's in? But let's see exactly what her work history entails of.
Like, I've been trying for a decade. I cannot do it. Like, I literally change jobs every 3 to 6 to 9 months. Why?
That's not good. But let's see why she changes jobs every 3 to 6 to 9 months.
Because I get overworked and underpaid and overwhelmed, and I either get fired because I'm not performing, or I have a complete fucking mental breakdown, end up in the hospital.
Let's take this back just a little bit. Let's take that back just a little bit. Because I know she didn't say what she just said.
Like, I literally change jobs every 3 to 6 to 9 months.
Okay.
Why? Because I get overworked and underpaid and overwhelmed, and I either
That sounds like a regular job. That sounds like the working experience, just period. You're always going to feel overworked. You're always going to feel underpaid. And a lot of times you're going to feel overwhelmed. So what are you talking about? You need some type of assistance and you can't hold the job down. It sounds like you can't hold the job down because you're irresponsible. This doesn't sound like it has anything to do with a mental illness or disorder. Now we're putting disorders on lazy. This is just laziness. This has nothing to do with the disorder. You look a little crazy in the face, but everybody got a little bit of crazy in them. What I'm hearing from you is you just lazy.
get fired because I'm not performing, or I have a complete fucking
So you expect to be somewhere and not be performing and still have a job?
mental breakdown, end up in the hospital, lose everything, and have to start completely from scratch again. But this time, the goalposts have been moved back a little bit because my credit is worse, or I have an eviction on my record.
God forbid you have to pay for the mistakes in your life and be held accountable for them. God forbid that you should get evicted from a property. If you got evicted from a property, that means that landlord took a loss in dealing with you. So he had to pay for your situation, but God forbid you have to pay for your situation. Yo, in America, we are in trouble. We in trouble, people. Few and far in between are people that's willing to roll their sleeves up, do the hard work, and make the honest living. Everybody wants a handout somehow, some way right now. But let's get back to her.
So now that I've adjusted to not allowing myself to be overworked, I've managed to keep myself out of the hospital and out of jail for the last couple of years. I've managed to keep myself mostly sober. I haven't been binge drinking like I used to.
You have no more money, you can cause no more mischief.
I genuinely have no option.
I'm going to explain to y'all why this makes no sense to me. Why to me, it sounds like she's talking straight out her behind. So you mean to tell me when you are working and you are able to make a sufficient wage to where you're not living in your car because she's living in her car and you're able to provide for yourself, that's too stressful. But when you spend 2 years not working and you're living out your car, now all of a sudden you find a way to not be able to do things. And so, yeah, because you broke. You haven't been able to get pissy drunk and pass out drunk and belligerent because you're broke.
You're broke!
Once again, this goes back to my theory earlier that you're just irresponsible. You have a job, you make a couple dollars, you don't know how to spend it, you have no self-control, you're getting drunk, you're ending up in jail. But you want to blame it on everybody else and make it seem like it's other people's responsibility to help you somehow.
You gotta grow up.
Oh God. Like I'm gonna die soon because I genuinely cannot afford to live.
Now you're trying to run game on people.
Like when I say I'm gonna die soon, it's not because I'm gonna do it. It's because this fucking system is.
So anyway, you're going to end it with a threat in your plea to the system that you just was talking trash about. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. To everybody that's out here, the handful of people that come across this video, go to work, earn your money, do it with your back straight, whether it's a little bit of money, whether it's a lot of money. But go make an honest living and understand that you may not like it, but it's work. and be happy that you got a job and you're able to support yourself and the others around you. But we all have to work. And it's not going to be an easy button out there all the time that you could press and things just happen for you. It's nothing wrong with hard work. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Is y'all just as disgusted as I am? Maybe you see nothing wrong in what she's saying. Maybe you might think that she actually has a disability and needs some help. But I'm not buying it too much. Am I off? Am I being a little bit too harsh? Let me know in the comment section. But yo, if you made it to this point in the video, it's the same as always. You are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.